And I was trying to think of, the idea of the hero, say like, what actually constitutes somebody being a hero. Is
usually the protagonist.
Usually the protagonist, but not necessarily just that, more of like that concept of, how do you know that you are doing, the right thing. Or the right thing, who dictates the right thing. I've been also like kind of like seeing that with a lot of anime, been watching a lot of Bleach, been catching up on Bleach lately, and you see like that happening, within the Soul Society, where they're like, they touch on it a little bit. It's not like one of the things that they like jump all in and sink their teeth into, and then and with like certain people that we consider them heroes just because they're doing good. Like for instance, like
the scientists.
The scientists, or or to go to somewhere else, like what's that scientist's name? Kurosuchi, yeah. He was pretty much like Orochimaru, right?
Like
from Naruto.
Basically, just an
the fact that he exists, like the Soul Society takes this mantle of pretty much the living world protectors, right? But you have these guys you have this one dude that kidnaps people and runs tests on them, right? But he will also go and help, so how, so it's kind of like messing with that idea.
Like help.
Help. He would help Soul Society with certain things.
Like,
would you consider that like a hero thing?
Well, the thing about like morally gray stuff, right, is always the what side would you be on, right? And it's usually like you want to be on what the protagonist wants to be, or where the hero wants to be. But it's like, I don't know, there's like a lot of guys that I don't personally vibe with. What's a good example of that? Like in Gundam, right? You had two sides of a war.
Which Gundam? Oh, just Gundam.
The Universal Century Gundam. You have the Earth Federation. That's one. People that are from Earth stand for Earth.
Okay.
And the Republic of Xeon. People who are born in space want to stay in space and don't want to be told how to live their life from people that are on Earth.
So they wanted freedom, right?
And that's a reasonable argument, either or.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is, war crimes abundant on both ends. And you're like, these other guys are terrible people, left, right, and center. But these other guys, while they seem upstanding, actually committed one of the worst atrocities that could have been done. Yeah. So you're like, dang, I don't know what I want. And that's the other thing with morally gray stuff too, is that the decision isn't easy, right? And that's what makes the whole thing with actually being a hero so that much harder. And that's what makes it more worth it, at least usually, right? Because that's a real big issue.
From a hero, could you actually identify somebody that out of the gate, be it in gaming or be it in any other form of media, that out of the gate wanted to be a hero? Because it always feels like, Cloud I wanted to go to. He was more like a reluctant hero. He wanted to be a mercenary and just make money. But he had to deal with Sephiroth. If he could have it any other way, he probably wouldn't deal with him, right?
Yeah. But that was necessity.
But it's like, there's a dog, because Sephiroth is pretty much a dog with rabies, so somebody has to put him down, right?
And he's the only one with a gun that can take that.
That can probably, yeah. Well, I mean, he needed Aerith. Aerith is pretty strong. In fact, yeah. But yeah, your point's taken. But I couldn't think of like a hero, and even Link, because Link is cursed. He's doomed to repeat. Spoilers if anybody don't know the lore of Link, Legend of Zelda. He's pretty much cursed to repeat that cycle with Ganon. Well, unless you played another spoiler, Breath of the Wild, and you know how that ended. But
I mean, you have guys like
and he's like one of my favorite one. He's like probably my favorite hero within the gaming, I guess, medium, because
He is cool, yeah.
Because he just wakes up, well, he not necessarily wake up, but when Link comes to the idea that he is Link, and then he gets informed of what he must do, he just goes to do it.
It's showtime,
right? But that's not something that he necessarily chooses, right? It's generally it's either his destiny or things is going, because I think in Wind Waker, I never played the Wind Wakers, things are just going so bad that they need a Link, and the boy just picked up the mantle that he was like, all right, I am Link, right?
He was
and
like,
there's no other Link, I must be him, right? But
yeah, like Zelda and Ganon was like,
but I can't
shoot this,
yeah,
all right.
Right. But I can't. But well, Zelda, she's not cursed to repeat it. There's always a different Zelda, but there's never a different Ganon, and there's never a different Link. They're always generally like, they're cursed. They're cursed for reincarnation.
Their face forever entwined.
But yeah, but I was thinking of like, is there a hero that goes, all right, I'll do it. It's more like,
well, there is Mark Grayson.
Mark Grayson. Shut up.
I mean, you saw him in the first episode. He was like, "Word, I get to be a superhero? Yay!" He wasn't saying that shit. He wasn't saying that episode 10. He wasn't saying that episode 10. That's for sure. But it's like, hey, you got what you want.
I'm gonna see if I can find some clips where he's just getting his butt kicked. Hopefully, I don't get copyrighted when I edit it. But yeah, like, so I guess he would be kind of like the closest thing. I mean, to like wanting to do it, like, because the thing is, Batman, he wanted to do it because he didn't want anybody to
experience what he did.
Yeah, experience what he did.
In the grand scheme of things, right? Because like this is something that happens in more modern Batmans, especially like stuff that you see nowadays with Batman. You're seeing the whole like, okay, the not killing villain stuff. That's, bro. At least Joker. Joker.
And that was my thing, that
or at least get somebody to kill him, or you don't have to save him. Something, please. If he's supposed to die, or let him die, just let him die.
Yeah, somebody made that example. Like, he was saying, like, think about Batman if he was in real life. Like Joker just like killed your entire family with laughing gas, right? And Batman comes around, and the only thing that Batman does is beat up Joker and then throw him in Arkham Asylum, and then you find out Joker escaped. What type of justice is that, right?
And like, all Batman's gonna do is, I'm gonna get him.
And you said now everything's pretty much now composited, and like, because I don't follow the comics, so everything is pretty much now like coexisting. So that means that he has knowledge of what happened to Metropolis when he didn't kill Joker, right?
Like everything Joker did to Batgirl, to Robin,
to Superman,
to Superman, to himself, to Harley Quinn, to everybody that ever graced him. Even like,
and he's still alive.
And even some continuities where.
Well, that means that he probably wait. So when they fused him all, does he have all the knowledge of what he's done?
Basically, like everybody that was around, like, okay, oh word, I was doing that. All right,
okay.
And like it's crazier because then you remember like there's a few villains that in other origin stories were caused by Joker, i.e. Two-Face.
Right.
Like. Even though Dark Knight is technically not in a comic book, there's a continuity where that's a thing, and lo and behold, Joker made Two-Face, and now Batman has to live with that.
Yeah.
In fact, the entirety of Two-Face is either A, Batman's fault, or B, like Batman could have saved it and wasn't able to. That's the whole problem with Two-Face, and that's why it's such a weird thing with him.
I was just thinking while you were saying that, just to think about what's going back to Invincible, right?
Sure.
His father, right?
Nolan, yes.
Omni-Man. he would consider himself a hero in some in some aspects, right?
He is a good soldier that follows orders.
That is true.
Like Omni-Man on his own accord is like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
So what constitutes a hero then?
So see, that's the thing. Everyone's a hero of their own story. No one in their own story sees themselves as a villain, or if they do, it's like a villain protagonist, right? You know, no one sees
unless
himself.
you're Joker, because he's just insane.
You know, that's why Joker's so magnanimous. Because it's like, well, he doesn't really make sense. He can have all his bones broken in several different places one day, and the next day he's fine. You know, whipping Batman with a cane, and you're just like, yeah, that's life. That's Joker for you. And people still not sick of it after 90 years.
I guess if we were to do comics, Superman would be that template of a hero, just doing things strictly out of the goodness of his heart, right?
You're pure altruism.
Yeah. So I guess
no duty, no nothing.
Yeah, like he just wants to do it, but everybody because Cloud, he's reluctant. Link is cursed. Ratchet is just doing stuff. Jack is just doing stuff. Like
Mario is just trying to
get laid. He's just trying to get laid.
Then there's Samus, who's just trying to get money.
Samus,
everything she did, all the genocide she did was for big bucks.
Yeah. I mean, what about? I guess if we're going with games, what about Devil May Cry, Dante? How about him? Is he doing it out of?
My man's just depressed, and and someone keeps dragging him out of the house to kill some demons, so he can keep his lights on.
Knock on wood.
And it's like, man, I'm sad. I'm happy.
The thing is that so I guess there's not that many. There's not that many people that do it just strictly out of the kindness of their own heart. But the thing is that generally with villains, you usually have a backstory on why they do what they do, right?
Usually, the most basic is money. Then there's power, greed. I love this person. It was taken from me, so I'm gonna take everything else from everybody else.
Yeah. My favorite, like I was saying, my favorite. One of my favorite gaming villains, right, is Arden. I always say that he was a great villain in a disappointing game. He's a great villain in a disappointing game.
I think what gets me with what's the thing? As far as gaming is concerned, gaming villains that I really liked. It's funny because because villains in games are just I exist. I'm here to ruin your day and make you waste 2 hours trying to beat me and all that jazz, right? But then there's that affable villain. You know what that means when being affably evil or whatever? Means you're not actively rude about it. You're just kind of I'm kind of just in your way, bro. We can have some fun, but either you die or I die. And those are usually my favorites. And my favorite of that is most of the bosses in Sekiro. Well, one in particular, the final one. But the thing I liked in Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, and why I love all those villains. I like them as villains just because, a lot of them just see as it is what it is, man. But you walked in front of me with your sword drawn, one of us got to die.
One of us got to die, yeah. What about what's his name, Nolan from the Resident Evils? I guess he would be considered. He's going to find his wife, right? In Resident Evil 7.
Ethan. Ethan.
I said
I was like,
Nolan.
what?
Yeah, Ethan. I'm sorry, Ethan.
I mean, Ethan is very much a.
He's trying to find his wife, so.
Yeah, and like there's always and like this guys where it's just like, bro, I just have this very singular objective. Leave me alone. Tell me where I need to go.
Right.
And I like that. I do like that dynamic a lot. You know, a lot of heroes, superheroes or whatever, have that same thing too, right? You know, like I gotta find this person. I gotta find this. I want to find this. I want to do this. One of the best protagonists on the printed page right now wants to find a treasure that no one else has found. You know, and it's somewhere in the end of the world. We just don't know where it is, and all he has is stretchy arms. But like, hey, that dude's one of the most endearing protagonists we got in the past like 20, 30 years. Because it's just like, bro, I just want to find One Piece. I just want to have some fun. But I'm going to get One Piece, and I'm going to be the Pirate King. That's happening. you enjoy, like, that's something that, like, it's sometimes having one track mind isn't a bad thing, and it really isn't, because that makes someone driven. You see determination, you see ambition. You're like, man.
Yeah, I don't know if I would call Luffy a hero, Stride. Like, cause
pirate.
Yeah, true. Like he chose the profession. That's crazy. Like I remember like playing Final Fantasy 12, and I'm like, and the thing is that the dude is boasting about wanting to be a sky pirate. Mm-hmm. Like, and I'm just like, and the people that was in his camp that you're going around the game with wouldn't really be about that life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's actually in there with straight up, like, pretty much somebody that was like a police officer. I can't remember any of their names. It's been a minute since I played 12.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why are you boasting about that? That's like growing up saying I want to be a thug.
Man. As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
And it's those
I want to be a
people
menace.
Most interesting too. They be like, yeah, like I want to do like.
Was he interesting though? I don't think any of those guys in that game were interesting. I think the game, you got that game because it was fun to play.
But like that's usually
that game
another
for the
thing.
lore.
But that's one of those things though, right? Like people who don't really have like altruistic ideals, mm-hmm. but it's just like they happen to be altruistic, or it's like what they do and their actions, the consequences of their actions happen to have altruistic effects.
Yeah, I feel like that you really don't get that pure hero anymore. I think everybody's kind of like an anti. You know, it's very hard to, and I guess that it's just because we're just living in that post era of that, you know,
like postmodern,
you know,
era of like narratives.
So you know, we don't get that period that guy that just comes out and just do it for the goodness of their heart.
I mean, there's also that's funny because I was about to say Midoriya from My Hero Academia, but the thing with him that's kind of like funky though. Mm-hmm. There's always like there's always a bit of a nudge of like, I'm not good enough.
Yeah, I mean, but that's just his character flaw, right?
But
he would fit that. I want to be a hero to help.
Just cause,
you know? And we seen him do that early on when he didn't even have any powers.
He ran to,
and he just ran up and was like, "I'm gonna just try," right? You know.
And like, you know, that's a great thing.
So yeah,
that's great.
But that's still super rare. You know, I guess it's
like true altruism is, but like that's another thing. That's, you don't really see that much in real life unless it's like, you know, that's my friend, that's my family, that's my dog. Mm-hmm. Like they saw a video the other day of a woman pushing a bear off her fence to save her dog, and you're like, she would not do that in any other circumstance, but it's like, well, I'm not trying to have my dog die. Yeah. And again, you understand that. You're like, cool, I get that. Mm-hmm. And that's something that's like,
right.
Completely understand. But then like take another example of like, dude getting beat in the alleyway, and like
you just drop what you're doing and go help him.
Like like you drop what you're doing, and you fight off those guys. And like again, like you like if everything goes well, you save that guy, and that dude's dead to you. If not, you both on
both get stomped out.
Yeah, you both in the ground. You know, like it's one of those things. You know, like true altruism is one of those things that like it's such a rare thing and such hard to come by because it's really it's hard to really quantify it still being a thing. So that's why when you do see it, and you know it warms your heart. You know that's why.
Yeah.
Anytime you see stuff like people actually giving back, people actually doing stuff, people actually saving stuff, and saving people, it's always like, you know, like looked at so fondly. That's why doctors can, you know, gouge your prices for whatever. Because at the end of the day, you're saving my life.
Yeah.
And you know
still messed up that the guy.
Yeah, it's very much so. You know, we can have a whole hour-long conversation about that, but at the end of the day, like we can have a whole conversation about that, right? But like at the end of the day, it's like they have an oath they decide to follow. There's no law about the Hippocratic oath. It's not to my knowledge. They can just say like, nah, he stank, or nah, I don't like him. But they like my Hippocratic oath that I took. Like, because I took that oath, I can't.
Can you think of anybody that volunteered to be a villain? I want to be a villain.
See,
I want to grow up and cause trouble.
and that's the other thing too, right? Because you don't ever see yourself as a villain. So what's the you get to the next thing?
Right.
It's like all right, I get in a gang. All right, I'm getting into a gang so I can feed my family. Eventually get out of the hood. So I don't have to do this no more.
Right.
You know, like I rob a bank so I can have money to not be poor no more, or not have no money no more.
Right.
You know, like what's something else? Oh, this dude killed my girl or killed my guy, and he walked out scot-free. The court system failed us, but this Glock won.
Like Batman.
But this Glock,
you know who carries Glocks? The Punisher. The Punisher's a better hero than Batman.
You know why that stings so much? Because everyone in Marvel will disagree.
You know what the funny thing is?
Marvel Universe, they'll be like, that dude is a menace to society.
You know the funny thing is that I was up there looking at somebody, pretty much because I don't really do all the Marvel stuff. I don't sink my teeth into it how the hardcores do. Sure. But he was saying how like if Frank Castle, the Punisher, existed in Gotham and he decided that he was going to go after the Joker, we would probably see the most sane Joker that we've ever seen because we have, because you actually have somebody that will put you down, right? Like a dog, where you're not going, if Frank Castle came up to the Joker, he's not going to Arkham that night.
Yeah, like that
he's not going to Arkham. Like, Batman's bad at his job.
That's always the weirdest thing, right? That's like the problem with comics and stuff like that is that like,
and you'll never get good at it.
You'll never get good at it because we always want Batman stuff. And that's the problem with a lot of the Western comic stuff. And it's not like manga's perfect, like, because like I'm gonna say this.
What you think about Goku being a hero?
That's funny too, because I don't believe he is, but again, he has altruistic consequences. It's like, yeah, he wanted to fight this dude because he was strong, and he did this, did that, and the third. But like, at the end of the day, it's like, I want to fight you because you're strong, but you also did this. You gotta go. Like, if there was a way for me to fight you,
It's actually kind of the same, because like the only reason why he would kill somebody is if they
gave him no choice.
Yeah, they gave him no choice. Like, because he would have let Frieza go, and let's be honest,
they gave him so many chances. It's actually ridiculous. Like, reading the back, he gave him all the chances in the world to be like,
he will let all
chill.
And every single time when he doesn't, like, he would have probably, did he show Ginyu mercy? And that's when Ginyu decided to switch bodies.
It was like I don't like, all right, I don't feel like killing you if you think you can't fight me.
Yeah.
You know, like,
and that's when Ginyu,
he did a thing.
And then,
but like,
and then you know, he shows mercy to Frieza, and he almost dies there. What he did in the fight with Cell was ridiculous, because that was like he rolled the dice with his son, and what if his son wasn't ready? That's crazy.
I mean,
but
like,
so I mean, I wouldn't call him a hero in that tradition. He's mostly like, I got y'all into some stuff because him not making sure that the entire Red Ribbon Army was defeated is the reason why Cell was even able to, all the androids was able to be created, and all the reason why Cell was, and the reason why Cell was a thing, because he didn't make sure to destroy all of the Red Ribbon Army.
But what's even more messed up is that, like, the Red Ribbon Army just had Dragon Ball he won, and they was like, they shot him first. It was like, word, cowabunga it is. Kill that entire army.
Right.
Like, to truly say, like, this is gonna be a mess up allegory, but like, if you're gonna sit here and act like every Red Ribbon Army soldier was a terrible person that needed to die, that's messed up, right?
Yeah, it's messed up. Yeah.
It's like every enlisted Nazi, like, keyword enlisted. Nowadays, guys, that's different, but like, every guy in Germany back in the day was just like, not everyone was super bad, but there was definitely people that needed to go. Now, those people that need to go is in the, like, 99% of that, but
I mean, I guess that goes to more of a deeper topic on like allegiances. You know, I guess
the other thing,
you know,
too,
I mean,
right?
like, you know, so if you're aligned with this, then you should be okay to die with this. But
and that's the other thing. Everyone's a hero in their own story. Like, Red Ribbon Army just wanted, like, they wanted their thing, and like had an army of people that were like, yeah, like, that would change the world, of course. Mm-hmm. And then some kid from Yellow Cloud shows up, and his hands start glowing, and then chaos happens. But like, Goku,
and then when you put it in that perspective, you shouldn't really get upset with Dr. Gero and what he was trying to do against Goku.
Because like, that's the worst part, right? Because like, if you put it on his side, you're like that's a menace that needed to go yesterday. I blinked and took a nap. I woke up and the entire army was gone. Yeah. Thousands of families don't have their sons, don't have their dads no more. Yeah. You know, stuff like that. That's crazy. Like, but that's kind of the weird. That's kind of
freaking psychotic, freaking villains. Well, they didn't really have an insane villain, DBZ. They never had like somebody that was just out of their rocker, we don't count anything after Cell. But yeah, they didn't have anybody, you know, that was like out of their rocker.
Like, you didn't have anyone that was actually like insane,
like a Joker or Sephiroth. You know what I mean? Like, those guys were insane. Like, Sephiroth smiled at you. Spoilers. Sephiroth smiled when he lost. Like, usually when you see somebody lose and they know they don't want to lose, they freaking complain. They're in anguish and they're upset. Sephiroth smiles at you. He smiled. You know, you never played the original, right? You know, like, once when you get to like the psyche, the core of Sephiroth, because you know you're always fighting substitutes of Sephiroth. So you're never you're never fighting Sephiroth. You're always fighting like some sort of. He's kind of like Darkseid, because Darkseid's like that. You're never fighting him. You're always fighting some sort of what's the word? Some sort of avatar of him,
like a part of him, like essence, all of
right, yeah. So like, but once when you finally get to, okay, this is Sephiroth, he up there smiling at you. He don't say nothing. He's just like, you know, you beat him, he's beaten, and he's just smiling at you. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's because he knew that the remake was coming in. Back in '97, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna just rewind all this.
So like try this again. You won't.
Yeah, and this dude comes back, you know, he's like clout. He just had this looking crazy, freaking insane people, bro. But yeah, man, freaking dogs that need to be put down. But yeah,
and like that's what's funny, right? Like some people, like some heroes need a psychotic villain that like I can't allow you to keep going.
Yeah,
you can't stay here. You know, like Joker is probably like the ideal of that, but at the same time, it's like he does need to go, bro. Like it's been like what's crazy? The first time the Joker was shown in Detective Comics, he got. It was a question mark whether he got.
That was when he was wearing the red, that red thing, right?
No, he was straight up Joker.
Oh, straight up Joker. Okay.
Like, you know, like he was his actual first appearance as Joker. Okay. Batman, you know, this during the time Batman actually iced people. You know, like he actually like put him in a position where he could, like Joker could end up dead, but like you know there was a little question mark. It's like, so do you like this villain? Because if you do, we can put him back. But if you don't, you know, he's gone.
Yeah.
But people liked him, and you know that's why we got another 75 years of Joker, for better and for worse. We got an Oscar out.
Stuck with where you stuck, but yeah, I did not like that movie. I did not find that movie entertaining.
I mean, I'm like Joaquin Phoenix can act his butt off, but I was scared.
Yeah.
If anything, that works, right? Like that's what you're going for.
Part I did not like the most is that he was so out of it that he cleared out his fridge and then went into the fridge. Oh man.
Sometimes it be like that.
Yeah.
Really be.
Oh man. You know,
like,
it's a lot of so much uneasiness, so much stuff that was disturbing and uneasy.
It's like there's a reason why I don't want to watch that movie ever again.
Yeah.
But I will say it's like this was a great movie, but I'll never watch it again. Straight up.
Yeah.
Like it's not even because of the end. Like towards the end, I was like, oh, bro, don't be near this guy.
Yeah.
Oh nah, like.
Yeah. But.
And that's stuff, and like
I mean, and you just start seeing it. It was like it wasn't even like him degenerating was crazy, but it was like the initial steps to like the system. The system straight failed. The system just straight failed him. Right.
Like, nothing was working out.
Yeah, and he didn't have nobody's back, not even his own mother.
Like it's so not. It's
right.
When you really think about it, it's not fair what happened to him. But at the same time, it's like it's one of those. Like, do you blame the dude for becoming that, or do you blame the system that let him become that? And like you want to say the system, of course, but
of course his actions.
But at the end of the day, there's accountability there. Right.
Because he's still taking a life and all that other stuff, yeah.
And like that's kind of like the weird issue with it. And that's why it's so uncomfortable because like even if he wants to say no, his hand's already on saying yeah. And like he already hit confirm yes before he even thought there was a no button.
Now I gotta put like hit confirm for the but yeah. Heroes and villains, bro. Alright. Yeah, but excellent conversation. This is one of the long ones. 48 minutes of me editing tomorrow.
Yeah,
it was on my mind, bro, because I was like listening to a lot of people they was just dogging Batman. And I was just thinking about, okay, so what makes a hero?
What makes a hero, yeah.
Because the thing is that, I was just thinking about, Batman is a pretty bad hero because he's not doing what it takes to protect the citizens. Because if you're trying to kill you, Batman beats them up, sends them to Arkham, they break out, and they're gonna probably try to find you.
Find you again. It's like, I didn't forget about you. Execution.
But like, you're gonna
need to be a thing.
Like, you're gonna send him to Arkham? No, these guys, you can't rehabilitate everybody. You know what I mean? Everybody is not gonna be able to be welcomed back into society.
It's like Two-Face.
They're not gonna
Mr.
follow your
Freeze.
rules. They're not gonna follow those rules.
Like Two-Face, Mr. Freeze.
Yes, they can come back.
Harley Quinn.
I don't know about Harley.
Like she's kind of a coin flip, but it's like she's kind of on the better side.
She started Injustice.
I mean, but like also.
Nah, man, I wouldn't. Nah, Harley dies. Harley dies. From what I know, like you might know something else.
She's kind of a coin.
You might know other stuff.
On the
but for what I know, Harley dies.
Like,
in fact, she dies first, and then I will probably kill Joker after.
See,
because she's in her right mind though. She's in her right mind, knowing she's closer to. Maybe not in her right mind, but she's closer to
but
moral sense than a Joker.
But you'll let Joker live.
No. Joker definitely not die.
X amount of seconds longer than Harley. That's what you're saying.
Okay. They both die at the same time. If I'm being even.
But like that's the weird thing, right? Like there's people who can be rehabilitated and people who absolutely cannot. I'm like, I won't even put people in the same facility, really. Like, what's funny is that you guys that you didn't think could and then did get rehabilitated, like Killer Croc. That's just some dude now. He's just some dude with green skin, and he's just trying to live a good life. Then
isn't he in the squad? He's in the Suicide Squad, right? Or whatever. I don't know how. I don't know anything about DC. I just know like the main stuff.
Like he be on in this, that, and the third, but like as it stands right now, he's kind of like trying to chill out because this criminal life is too fast.
Yeah.
And I like that. But that goes to again like you need to retire some of these guys for good because let's be honest. Doing these characters for X amount of decades is tiring, to say the least.
but I mean that's cool that actually some of them actually did turn over a better leaf. So that's kind of neat to know.
They're trying.
Right, yeah, because I didn't know that Killer Croc stopped being a killer.
I mean, because this whole thing is just like people trying to mess with him. It's like, bro, I have a crocodile frame. Yeah. If I choose to close my mouth on your head, I don't open up.
Yeah, it would be neat. And I always I think Mr. Freeze was probably my favorite because he just wanted to help his wife. From what I remember, like from the I guess the animated series. Yeah. But yeah, all right. But we're going on an hour. We could probably talk more about this some other time. But yeah. But let us know about what you think of. Give us your favorite heroes and villains, right, in the comments.
And why?
What you think about Batman being a hero? Or do you think he's a villain? Is he even an anti-hero? He's an anti-villain. I think in one of the comics, from when I was researching, they said that Superman questioned if he loved Joker like a brother because he kept keeping him around. But anyways, leave your thoughts and comments in the section in the comments below. I am streaming Mass Effect. Did you catch that one?
That's all I said.
Yeah. Having a little audio issues, but yeah. I will be streaming that probably this weekend. So yep, I'll leave all of my Twitch stuff in the comment section below. When are you gonna stream? Never? Alright.
Probably.
Alright. Well anyway guys, thank you. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you know the next time that I'm posting. This one's a wrap. I actually enjoyed this one. You guys take care.
See you.
Stay healthy. Peace.